Further on in the buzz.
That is why they pirate our things. And them searching and searching. Like what just on the clip them away.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect them eyes so full. Like a flag, hear me now. So bounty, dig it way.
Entertainment buzz are the real thing, man. Sight.
And now, our feature presentation.
Yes, sir. We want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Also want to say good night and bless up to our listeners, especially to those of you who are listening to IRFM on the go. Welcome.
Feel free to follow us on our social media pages. Instagram, IRFM_JA. Twitter, IRI_FM. And feel free to join us on Facebook at IRFM. Tonight, interesting. Deno Crazy. He's going to be crazily coming in studio tonight.
Yes.
And Wishane.
How would they manage? Like two comedians in studio?
No. Him.
Look here, don't count yourself out. It is what it is.
For him thing, yeah, me can't manage him. Him too rich. So we see rich Deno Crazy. I mean, no, sir, you know what brand him out we're coming here?
Tell me.
Pole for days. I tell you.
Look, I should have known.
Pole for days. I bet you a peer pole and we're coming here tonight. Well, we're looking forward to meeting up with Deno Crazy. And of course, our music artist is Wishane. And we have a host of big ups that are going to be.
Big ups. Lots of activities, lots of things happening.
Perfuming the show right through tonight. Couple of things. Reggae Sumfest. Yeah, Reggae Sumfest.
I know. You were there, and one of the latest piece of information we're getting, of course, Scatterbarrel is setting the record straight. He is clearing up what he's calling misinformation. And particularly, you know, there is there's information spreading around that when Babyface was supposed to go on stage, everybody had to clear out backstage. Story. Scatter is basically, you know, he gave us a diagram and was just explaining, you know, the dynamics of backstage and all of that. But pal, you were there.
When we see him pull out diagram, when we see him pull out diagram like PowerPoint presentation, here we know this. the man OD, you know. But let me tell you, there was information that Babyface one of his requirements is that the backstage area had to be clear because he does have a big team. This is nothing new. When in the prior managers or the prior owners of Reggae Sumfest, when every year they brought an international act, this was nothing but the precursor. Meaning, depending on the level of their celebrity, they made some ridiculous demands. So, the years of 50 Cent, the year of Lil Wayne, the year of
Nicki Minaj, Kanye West,
and Jay-Z, they came
Ludacris,
Flo Rida, Rihanna, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg. All of these people came. And one year, I think we even had Lionel Richie on there. And it was a precursor that they need to clear the stage. And it's clear the backstage area because, you see, these people are in a different country. Them don't know the dynamics. And also, I think it's just a rider, meaning it's just something that they require. I think one of the things that we heard...
outline from the get-go.
One of the things that Scatter was mentioning that was a bit of misinformation was that they asked Beres Hammond to leave backstage. Because Babyface's team was coming in, or Babyface was coming in, and he said, "Not no go so." The legend, a man of a legendary status as Beres Hammond, to be told to leave backstage. Not him said that is not so. But where did that information come from? That is what I would like to find out, and it got very out there in the social media space.
According to Footer Hype, who made a video. Saying that, you know, he got a call, from somebody at the venue who gave him this bit of information. So could it be a case of Chinese telephone?
Or the source that gave him that information, is it a credible source? Is it that him
Are
here?
Are you the source?
Couldn't be me. Because to be honest with you, I you know, Barris is close to me. I went and I checked him in his tent just before he went on. And then when they were saying, you know, get ready, because Barris has a large team. And Babyface also had a large team. So what they're saying is that they didn't want the two teams to clash around there because...
To collide, right.
To collide. And the backstage area is small. So they want
it's small, right. So Scatter also mentioned that he didn't want, well, not him, just as him alone, but then Reggae Sumfest team, they didn't want people to be loitering in the backstage area because it was a little small. So there is a space provided for them where people backstage could watch the show there. But you mentioned a very good point, Bones. You are close friends with Barry Spud Hammond. So you are in a position to speak. I mean, what is he saying about some of these rumors swirling around?
You know, Barris has nothing to say.
Hush.
Hush. Right? Barris is like this. If you know him, he doesn't focus on anything that is negative. And I don't think, I personally... all that we're listening, are we hearing? No, I don't even think Barris hear it the way I know Barris, because Barris is focusing on his next show, which he'll be leaving this weekend off. So what I didn't like, there were a couple of things that Sumfest may need to pay attention to for next year.
Yes.
There were some problems backstage. I told Scatter, and I told Joseph Bogdanovich also, that there were things that they need to pay attention to. The media area, which would be the area that we would work in.
Just go public.
Yeah, you want to say something?
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, come here. Said just I said what? Oh, go on. But anyway, one of the things that I told Scatter that has to happen, and Joe also, is that there were modifications, not great modifications, to the media area and the media tent. It was smaller. There were incidences where the fire brigade came in there and shut it down, locked people out because it was too crowded. And it was
during the show?
Well, the show was going on, but you know, when the artists get off, they come to the media area for the interviews because there's a plethora of media back there, all the media houses. There was an online thing being hosted back there. Tammy and Wayne Mitchell, they were hosting.
I was watching online and saw that, yeah.
And others were there. So I mean, it was busy back there, but. You know, back in the, media, they're in there. They're getting all the information out there, disseminating information. Not even a little. Back in the day, there's a full place where you could get water and so on. That brown there, that
refreshments.
No,
yeah.
I didn't see that. We generally don't work there. We work kind of outside. Back in the day, we would work right by the stage because we were the official station. We would get the stuff exclusive. So there were a couple of things I was trying to explain to Scatter and Joe about how we normally used to do it, but it was like, well, you know. So I think we're going to have to write them. But other than that, it was just...
But it's good that you were able to have that initial conversation, like at the venue with them.
You know, my mouth has no filter. So I would just, I just said to, I said, yo, Scatter, this is how we normally do it. And he would say, we need to fix that problem. We're going to fix that problem. But you know, when he walk off, you don't see him again. So you just have to just say, boy.
That's it, yes, because they're in production
mode. They're in production
too.
mode. So it's very busy.
Yeah.
But it made our work a little harder because, you see, back we could say, okay, all right, we need to grab this person. We could go and grab the, you see.
So logistics was a problem.
Logistics. And there were changes to the venue also. That, you know, I guess we're going to have to take a little time to get used to it. We could walk out of the media area and walk onto the field. You know, now you're walking into the VIP, ultra VIP, where if you don't have the right band, you can't go around here. So guess where you have to walk through? The toilet them. And then go out through a gate there, or you have to walk another way around. I just didn't like how it was set up. Maybe I'm not used to it. So there were a couple of things that were different. But I guess they figured that's how the best it can work. And then, of course, this is a repeated problem there. You know, Sumfest has had rain. It's 31 years. They must...
Off rain, at least.
They must, after all these years, can get a company or get the UDC who owns the venue to asphalt the areas, not through a mall, not through sand, but they can afford it. They can put asphalt where to go around to the parking lot. It's all marl. And it's a nice long road. in the venue where the vehicles drive is all marl. So when the rain falls, it is what they didn't call it Sumfest, they call it Mudfest. Because the amount of mud. So they did have a challenge with the rain, because the rain gone bad, the rain misbehave at a couple of the events. So they have to prepare for these things. You know that rain is something, and we're in that season. They have to make sure that they put things in place.
Make provisions.
I don't know if they can do a memorandum of understanding with the UDC, where they probably asphalt it, because they use the venue the most, pretty much, for the year, in terms of the biggest festival. Make them asphalt the place, and the UDC reimburse them if they don't want to do it, because it is really inconvenient. So you can imagine, you pay your big money for your ultra VIP, and you sit down in a pier mud. The man who, like a regular Joe who park outside, better off than you, Because they went to Catherine Hall and they park, and it is asphalt. When you drive it in the venue, it's mud. So little things, and the mud was very bad.
Outside of the logistics and all of that, in terms of night 2, who were some of the outstanding performers for you?
Nige Boy.
Yes, Nige killed it.
Nige Boy. Beresford Hammond, and Babyface was very good. Babyface he put on what you call a Broadway production. And, for a man who is 66 years old and could put on a performance like that, coordinated dancing, running up and down, interacting with the crowd for over an hour. And I want to give kudos to his band and those backup singers. He had 4 guys up there. I don't know where they get them vocals from.
Look here.
It was really good.
Due to the clause in his contract and on his rider, no still photography or videotaping. So, of course, a lot of viewers online didn't get a chance to see his set.
Let me stop that, though, because, I think you could feature his first 3 songs for what was told for the journey. There are limitations. And after that, you couldn't. So what you're seeing online is people in the crowd are film and zoom in. And, it's not the best.
No, Bones. Tell me, in a promoter capacity, why is this like a clause for some entertainers, in particular like older international acts?
A lot of it is copyright. They will, you go to, you remember back in the day when you go and you say, we'll ask you not to videotape this performance.
Due to the copyright law.